It was a day like any other in the quiet town of Ridgewood. The sun was shining, birds were singing, and the gentle hum of daily life filled the air. Ridgewood was the kind of place where everyone knew each other, where the biggest excitement was the annual summer fair, and where the days seemed to blend into one another in a comforting, predictable rhythm. Kids were on their bikes, neighbors chatted over fences, and the scent of freshly cut grass wafted through the air. It was a scene straight out of a storybook, a place where the troubles of the world seemed far away. Parents watched their children play, exchanging pleasantries and gossip, while the elderly sat on their porches, reminiscing about the good old days. As the day wore on, the sun cast long shadows across manicured lawns, painting the town in hues of gold and amber. The warmth of the day began to give way to the coolness of the evening, and the town prepared to settle into its nightly routine. Lights flickered on in homes, and the aroma of dinners being prepared filled the air. But that evening, a darkness fell over Ridgewood, a darkness that would linger long after the sun had set. As the sky turned from a brilliant orange to a deep, foreboding purple, an unsettling feeling began to creep into the hearts of the townspeople. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, casting an ominous shadow over the town as if heralding the arrival of something sinister. Jonathan Welch, a man known for his kind smile and gentle demeanor, vanished. He was a beloved figure in the community, always ready with a helping hand or a kind word. His disappearance was not just a loss, it was a shock that reverberated through the entire town. People gathered in small groups, whispering and speculating, trying to make sense of the sudden void left by his absence. He was gone, swallowed by the night, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a community grappling with fear. The once peaceful streets of Ridgewood now felt eerie and unfamiliar. Street lamps cast long, ghostly shadows, and every rustle of leaves seemed to carry a hint of menace. The town that had once been a haven of tranquility was now shrouded in an air of mystery and dread as the search for Jonathan Welch began. Jonathan was a schoolteacher, beloved by his students. He had a unique way of making each child feel special, always taking the time to listen to their stories and encourage their dreams. His classroom was a place of laughter and learning, where every student felt valued and inspired to do their best, and respected by his peers. His colleagues often sought his advice, knowing that his wisdom and experience were invaluable. Jonathan was not just a teacher, he was a mentor and a friend to many. He was always willing to lend an ear or a helping hand, making the school a better place for everyone. He was the kind of guy who always had a joke ready and a helping hand to offer. Whether it was lightening the mood with his humor or stepping in to assist someone in need, Jonathan's presence was a constant source of positivity. His friends and neighbors knew they could count on him no matter the situation. His life was a tapestry woven from simple joys: morning coffee with the newspaper, evenings spent gardening, and quiet moments of reflection. Jonathan found peace in the little things, like tending to his garden and watching the flowers bloom. These moments of tranquility were his way of recharging and finding balance in a busy world. And weekends filled with the laughter of his nieces and nephews. Family was everything to Jonathan, and he cherished the time spent with his loved ones. Whether it was playing games in the park or sharing stories around the dinner table, these moments were the highlights of his week. His nieces and nephews adored him, and he was always the fun uncle who made every gathering special. Jonathan was a pillar of his community, always involved in local events and initiatives. He believed in giving back and making a difference, whether it was through volunteering at community cleanups or speaking at local events. His dedication to his community was unwavering, and he was a familiar and beloved figure to many, a man whose absence left a void impossible to fill. When Jonathan passed away, the community came together to honor his memory. Vigils were held, stories were shared, and flowers were placed at a memorial in his honor. His legacy of kindness, humor, and dedication lives on in the hearts of those who knew him. Jonathan's life was a testament to the impact one person can have on the world around them. On that fateful Tuesday, Jonathan left school at his usual time. He stopped by the local bakery, grabbing a loaf of sourdough bread for dinner, just as he always did. He was seen by several people, his routine as ordinary as the day itself. But when the sun began to dip below the horizon and Jonathan's familiar silhouette failed to appear on his usual walking route home, a sense of unease settled over Ridgewood. Where was Jonathan? The investigation began immediately. Police scoured Jonathan's home, finding nothing amiss. His phone lay on his bedside table, his wallet tucked neatly in a drawer. There were no signs of forced entry, no ransom demands, no messages scribbled in haste. The silence was deafening, the lack of evidence a puzzle in itself. Whispers began to circulate through the town. Had Jonathan simply decided to leave, but why and where could he have gone? As days turned into weeks, the fear in Ridgewood grew. The community that once prided itself on its safety was now shrouded in suspicion. Parents held their children a little closer, and neighbors eyed each other with newfound wariness. The search for Jonathan became a town-wide obsession, his face plastered on missing posters that seemed to stare out from every lamppost and storefront window. Section 6. The Weight of Silence. The case went cold, leads dried up, tips led nowhere, and the once bustling investigation room fell quiet. The silence was deafening, a heavy weight pressing down on Jonathan's loved ones and the entire town. The not knowing, the agonizing uncertainty gnawed at the edges of their hope, threatening to consume them entirely. Section 7. Echoes of Jonathan. But even in the face of such despair, the spirit of Jonathan Welch refused to be extinguished. His memory lived on in the hearts of those who loved him, in the stories they told, the laughter they shared, and the tears they shed. His disappearance became a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the importance of cherishing every moment, and the enduring power of hope. Section 8. The Unanswered Questions. Years have passed since that fateful day when Jonathan Welch disappeared. The mystery remains unsolved. The questions linger unanswered, echoing through the years. What happened to Jonathan? Where did he go? And who, if anyone, is responsible for his disappearance? Section 9. Lessons in the Darkness. In the quiet town of Ridgewood, where the streets are lined with quaint houses and the air is filled with the scent of blooming flowers, an unsettling mystery has taken root. The disappearance of Jonathan Welch has cast a long shadow over this seemingly idyllic community, reminding us that darkness can lurk even in the most ordinary of places. The disappearance of Jonathan Welch serves as a chilling reminder that even in the most ordinary of places, darkness can lurk. It was a typical evening when Jonathan, a bright and cheerful young boy, vanished without a trace. The sun had just dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the empty suburban streets. The deserted playground, with its solitary swing set swaying gently in the breeze, stood as a silent witness to the unfolding tragedy. It reminds us to cherish our loved ones, to hold them close and never take a single moment for granted. Families in Ridgewood now walk through the park with a heightened sense of awareness. Couples hold hands a little tighter, and children play under the watchful eyes of their parents. The community has come together, united by a shared sense of loss and a determination to protect one another, to be vigilant in our communities, to look out for one another, and to be the eyes and ears that can make a difference. Community watch groups have sprung up. Neighbors chat over fences, sharing information and offering support. People look out their windows with a renewed sense of purpose, determined to keep their neighborhood safe, and to never stop seeking answers, no matter how long it takes. The search for Jonathan has brought together police officers, volunteers, and detectives, all working tirelessly to uncover the truth. They comb through wooded areas, search open fields, and discuss clues, driven by the hope that they will one day bring Jonathan home. The truth, like a whisper in the night, is out there, waiting to be heard. In the quiet moments when the town is bathed in the soft glow of streetlights and the forest is illuminated by the moon, the sense of mystery deepens. The truth feels just out of reach, like a whisper carried on the wind, waiting to be discovered. And until it is, the memory of Jonathan Welch will continue to haunt the town of Ridgewood, a stark reminder of the mystery that continues to unfold. The town holds its breath, waiting for the day when the shadows will lift and the truth will come to light. Memorial sites with candles and flowers serve as a poignant reminder of the boy who is still missing, and the hope that one day he will be found. A stark reminder of the mystery that continues to unfold. Ridgewood, with its scenic views and misty mornings, is a town forever changed by the disappearance of Jonathan Welch. Missing person posters line the town square, a constant reminder of the boy who vanished and the questions that remain unanswered. The community holds on to hope, believing that one day the mystery will be solved and Jonathan will return home.